Hey, lovely, sexy hobby people. Whoops. Let's start again, shall we? Hey, lovely, sexy hobby people. Right. Welcome to today's video, which is Airfix Model World issue 157, December 2023. We've got a lovely Gulf War brick article coming up in this, but we have a two-tone wraparound camouflage Buccaneer in that. Polar Rock and Roll, Trans-Antarctic Tractor, and a 172 Mirage 2000. We also get a calendar with this issue. So here we go. Here's the calendar. We'll pop that aside. Let's have a look at the mag. Nice desertised Buccaneer there though. Okay, what do we got? Right, so Vietnam Water Taxi, which is this one. Coral Sea Cobra, which is this one. The Polar Rock and Roll, which is the Arctic Tractor. The Mirage 2005F. Figure build in the Labyrinth. Johan Augustsson shows how to use non-metallic metal painting techniques on Grimforge Miniatures fantasy figure Danarak, the Armoured Minotaur. And then 86 is Yellow McLaren, a 1/20th scale McLaren MP4/2C. Right, here we go. Latest releases from Airfix. So we got some vintage classic stuff here. The SRN1 hovercraft, which looks, I think that was a prototype. We have the McDonnell Douglas Phantom, FG1, FGR2, and then the Great Western in the vintage classics as well. Now there are, let's have a look. Okay, so the 1/180 Great Western. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be these three, potentially. Yeah, those three. RDG Miniatures, 7th Royal African Regiment Officer. And then Special Hobbies new F84F Thunderstreak in 172 scale. Great Walls, new tool Tomcat, so the F14 Tomcat. This is F14B in 148 scale. Some great detail here. Nice looking cockpit tub as well. We then have a new tool 135 KO3 AK2 MRAP from ICM. Tyres look really good. They look like they've been nicely modelled in a rubber. Silver Wings, a Mackie M41 BIS. So this is a 148 scale Mackie. Kind of similar-ish lines to the Catalina PBY. That's what it reminds me of. Right, forthcoming releases via Bachmann. So we've got a number of releases. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do a photo for these. so that you can pause the video and look and see what's coming. And then we've got the show guide, and again I'll do the usual photos for that. Right, here we go. Gallic Beauty. Here's the 172 scale Mirage 2000 5F. It's from Models Vit, and it's €39 from modelsvit-eshop.com. Intermediate build. I'm liking the two-tone grey camouflage scheme. I do like these low visibility grey colour schemes. I think they look great. Infrared, outer and radar guided MICA missiles looked great out of the box. Falklands Fix. Airfix's latest 172 Vulcan boxing enables modelers to build a black buck airframe, but unfortunately includes an incorrect weapons pylon. Glenn Sands provides reference photos and insight to improve your build. Okay. So for those that don't know, when the Argentinians invaded the Falklands Islands in 1982, as a show of force and determination, the Vulcan bombers were used to bomb Stanley Airfield, and they're called the Black Buck raids. And it's basically they flew from England, I think it was to Ascension Island, and then on to the Falklands, and they had a collapsing system of in-flight refueling. The in-flight refueling being done by the Victor tankers, so that you'd start off with X amount of aircraft, and those aircraft would refuel the other tankers and then retire. They would then fuel other tankers and then retire, and then obviously the tankers would then fuel the Vulcans that would then go on and complete the mission, sort of thing. But yeah, that looks like if we've got a nice 172 boxing coming out, even if there is a slight thing that we need to just adapt, I'm very tempted to get one. I may even splurge and get one, I think. A warm welcome, IPMS Dundee Model Show. It's a nice ME262 there. And a de Havilland Vampire. Right, Vietnam Water Taxi. Gary Radford is overjoyed to complete the new 135 scale Lark-V offering from German kit manufacturer Das Werk. So this is Lark-V early version 135 scale. It's £54.95 from albionhobbies.com. It's just a slightly more modern duck. Right, what do we got? Lighter amphibious resupply cargo 5 ton. So that's what it stands for. 2 styles of cabin roof are provided. One a hard top, one a canvas tilt. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, it's looking really good. Huge wheels in comparison to the 1/35 scale figure. But I like this. This is an unusual subject. You don't see much like this, and it kind of reminds me. Was it the first or second? I think it was the first Tomb Raider film with Angelina Jolie, where they had those big ass amphibious trucks that they used. It kind of reminds me of those. It's not, but it kind of reminds me of them. In the Labyrinth, Johan Augustsson trials 2 life colour paint sets. So, both for non-metallic metals. That's not something I've tried. I don't think my painting skills are quite there. But it's the old adage, really, that practice makes perfect. So non-metallic gold set, non-metallic steel set from Life Colour. They're £18.50 each from airbrushes.com. But you can achieve some really good realistic looks using non-metallic metal. Your online scale modelling destination. Right, Coral Sea Cobra P39Q Air Cobra. As devastating devil as it appeared in late 1943 when based in the South Pacific's Gilbert Islands. It's a very low tone colour scheme on the top of that. Armour Hobby, it's €26.50 from armourhobby.com. So the Air Cobra is another fighter that I've not really spent much time looking at. Looking at the side profile, it's vastly sort of like the front end bit is very different, like with the canopy and the nose wheel, to a lot of the contemporary fighters of the day. You know, that were still using the tail sitting system. So intermediate build for this one. And then Out and About Salisbury Model Show. Paul Vikings Model Club competed in classic airframes. This is Sea Venom. We have a Mosquito. A Sturmgeschütz 4 here. 1908 Lanchester with scratch built spokes apparently. A Bristol Beaufighter. A Bedford TK aircraft refueler. And a D3 PFALS D3. Right, rock and roll. So this is interesting. Some of the vehicles that people concocted and came up with for Arctic expeditions back in sort of like the 50s and 60s were straight out of science fiction. I mean, you look at that and you'd expect that to be something Jerry Anderson would come up with. You know, to come out of Thunderbird 2's cargo pod. The Transantarctic Expedition of 1957 marked the first successful attempt at reaching the South Pole by mechanised means, aided in no small part by the use of the Tucker Snowcat 743, developed to maintain telephone lines in the inhospitable plains of the northern United States. The basic vehicle required minimal modifications to operate in the frigid temperatures encountered by the expedition. So there you go. So this is Transantarctic Expedition Tractor. It's Neomega UK from neomega-resin.com. apparently it even comes with 2 penguins. So, but yeah, that is really cool. Again, another unusual subject, and I love to see it. Perfect Pool Vikings model show. Alvis, or with it, Avis 172 short cockle, 1920s flying bolt. HMS Heckler in Falklands ambulance configuration, 3D printed, scratch built, 1/350th scale ship. That's nice. Sword Douglas Sky Knight. We have XL5. The Comet Miniatures Fireball XL5 scale to at approximately 1/100 scale. We have a Austin armoured car. And is that a Zeppelin? Yeah, a Zeppelin. Mark 1 Zeppelin. L32 based on the Mark 1 models in 1/720 scale. Here we go, Desert Brick. Look at this. That's... Oh. A brand new RAF S2B runner contains a wealth of new parts, including Sea Eagle missiles, paveway laser guided bombs, and an AN ALQ 10110 ECM pod. ECM standing for electronic countermeasures. So this is Airfix. It's £72.49 from airfix.com. So being 1/48 scale, they've obviously priced it accordingly. I do like this desert colour scheme though. Really nice. We've got some example colour schemes here as well. So the bottom one is Bahrain 1991. This one here with the two-tone, mostly two-tone desert scheme. So you've got sand and a brown, but the back end has got some wraparound grey. Well, not even wraparound grey actually. So you've got some green grey and obviously a low visibility undercarriage, underside. And that was XV352 208 Squadron as seen at Red Flag, Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada, United States, 1977. That's a really interesting colour scheme. I've never seen any sort of like modern fighter jets in that two-tone. They've used Edwards resin seats to complete the build, and they do look the part. Out and About Model Fest 2023. So we got an Israeli Sherman there, M51 Super Sherman, a 1/48 scale Hawker Tempest 2, a F-16, we have an Eagle. Which one's this? Scratch built this Mark 9 Hawk Interceptor from Space 1999, complete with landing gantry from the show. That's cool. And we have Dick Dastardly's Mean Machine for a bit of fun. Okay, Fast and Dangerous. Right, Ryefield Models Charming 1/35 scale Puma Schützenpanzer kit. Now, this is the thing that's replacing Marder, isn't it? Or replaced Marder. Developed to replace the Bundeswehr Marder 1 infantry fighting vehicles. The Puma follows the standard naming convention of using a feline title. Previous experience gained with the Eagle Hedgehog project, which started in 1996, was merged into the program. At that time called Neue Schützenpanzer, new IFV, in 2002. Almost a decade later, the vehicles were available for testing, although this was a lengthy process, with the Puma entering initial service in 2015. I do like this autocannon on this. That's pretty cool. Right, so this is Ryefield Models, 135 scale. It's £53.95 from tigerhobbies.com. Intermediate build. So we've got what looks like plenty of additional armour here. And obviously we've got the bar armour on the back, which is designed to defeat RPGs. But yeah, nice green and black colour scheme as well. I'd love to see an interior build for one of these. That would be cool. Right, out and about. Chiltern model shows. Lots of model shows in this one. Nice Centurion, Mark V Centurion. Australian Army version, 172 scale there. We have this Trumpeter 1700 USS South Dakota. BB-57 in a Snowman Tacom dry dock, adding extra detail plus barges and patrol craft to complete the diorama. That's really nice. And we have a Panther being repaired in the field. For our race car fans, advanced build. So this is new model kit. It's 1/20 of scale. It's £40 from hobbyco.net. Kit decals offer 2 liveries. Car number 1 driven by Alan Prost. Car number 2 driven by Kiki Rosberg at the 1986 Portuguese Grand Prix. So this looks like it's a quite highly detailed kit, because it looks like we've got a lot of outer panels which go on over the monocoque shell. So it's nice to see that they're developed, that this model manufacturer has made it so you can model the underside. And here we go. Nice detailing of sort of like the monocoque in the engine bay. And there's some extra detailing. Brake discs could be upgraded with PE linings to give more metallic toned realism. However, Zero Paint's carbon ceramic grey was used in this case, while calipers received titanium gold. So yeah, that's a magnificent build. That is. Massive radiators here. Right, Lucky 13, what's this? Hugh Morgan adds Halbert's resin conversion to a 1/48 scale Mustang to build an eye-catching late 1940s racer. There you go. That is striking. It's a 1/48 scale from Halberd and Edward. It's $55 from halberdmodel.co. So it's a conversion build, showing you which aftermarket parts they've ordered and used. is a really, really lovely yellow colour on that. The yellow and red matches really well. Much better than a yellow and black, I think. Okay, so Finnish trainer colours, 1930s to 1945. Masasiewicz, I've murdered that, M50 and M52. Few aircraft can have such an impressive yet bittersweet public unveiling as the M50, NATO reporting name Bounder, when it appeared at the Ticino Air Show in July 1961. Fairy Barracuda, British Coastal Forces, so if you're into your Vosper motor torpedo boats and stuff like that, that'll be a book for you. The F8F Bearcat. We have the PZL P11B early series here in a kit form. Nakajima Key 41-2. So these two are 172 scale, and then we have an F-16C Fighting Falcon in 148 scale. We have a 148 scale Beechcraft. Is that? Do you know, that looks kind of like the aircraft that is probably something electric, wasn't it? I can't remember, but Amelia Earhart. There was something which looked similar to that. I'm sure it could have been a Beechcraft or. It doesn't say. We then have a Spitfire Mark 5B and a Maryland Mark 1-2. So 148 scale, 148 scale, 148 scale. We also have a Heineken HE111H8 Paravane, and that's in 148 scale. A 132 scale Airbus H145 ADAC helicopter, and a 172 scale CA9 Wirraway in training and combat. Let's see what armour we've got. Right, 135 scale, we've got a Gepard, which is the anti-aircraft version of the Leopard, basically. Leopard chassis, I believe, with a autocannon turret, twin autocannon turret. ZIL 131 Armed Forces of Ukraine in 172 scale. We have a 135 scale Leopard 1A5 Italeri Hella, and this is ICM. Panzerkampfwagen 4 Ulf H. Nibelungenwerk, late production, September, October 1943. Okay, so that is Mini Art, 135 scale. We have an ATF Dingo in 172 scale. Oh, that looks fun. And then we have a G7107 in German service with infantry, 135 scale, ICM. Lotus Racer in 125 scale from AMT. Tempo A400 Lieferwagen milk delivery van, 135 scale, Mini Art, and then a Revel 124 scale Series 3 long wheelbase Land Rover. Here we go. Right, Enterprise C. 11400 scale from AMT. Galileo Shuttle from Polar Lights, 132 scale, and then we have a nice Eagle Transporter from MPC in 172 scale. Oh my god, that's 109. That's 110 quid, all bar a penny. Okay, I won't be getting that. Fruit pack, extra detailing for the Razor Crest. So the 172 Razor Crest that Revel released, I think. Modelers were delighted when not one but two 172 kits subjects were released by Revel and AMT. But yeah, look at this, like cargo containers, and then we've got carbonite frozen bounties. We'll call them bounties and not victims. But yeah, loads of upgrade parts for a 172 scale Razor Crest. Fantastic. Bismarck and Tirpitz collection. 1/400 scale. So that's quite nice. It looks like they've got some decent railings, etc. And then we're into the aftermarket decals. So we've got an Israeli Air Force Mirage 3, MiG-21 BIS, a BF-109K, JG-27 and JG-53. So 172 scale, 148. Hawk Hurricane Mark 3B Part 5, United States Army Air Force Service, 148 scale here. Viking Panzerkampfwagen 4 off F. Markings there. 135 scale and 148 scale F-16 CD Wild Ducks. Some of the aftermarket parts, let's call out. We've got some 172 scale Beaufighter main wheels for Mark 1 and Mark 6. Keeler NLOS missile system for Israeli Air Force in 135 scale. Concrete Hedgehogs 148 scale. So they look good, 3D printed ones. So Type 16 wheels for a 148 scale. It says JG, is that? I can't remember if that's the Japanese Self-Defense Forces. JGFSD. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. NCC 1701A VIP Officers Mess from Green Strawberry again for the 1/350th scale Enterprise. Is that still being produced? Cobham in-flight refueling baskets from 1/144 scale up to 1/32 scale. And something for our 148 scale armour builders. We've got mini art oil and petrol cans from 1930s and 40s. There's a paint set here for Armed Forces of Ukraine camouflage uniform as well from ICM. And then we've got the last few pages of adverts, and then we have display case. So number one is a Zvezda 135 T34 with mine roller. That's a really nice kit. And then this one, number two, Revel 1/144 scale US Navy landing ship medium. And that's looking like it's for a Pacific theatre with the palm trees on the beach and stuff like that. Okay. Right, so let's have a look at the calendar, shall we? So I've got, you get this with your magazine, nice Sea King helicopter on the front. The thing that really annoys me is that you get this and then you get your bloody, this comes out now, and then you get your Modelers Club. If you're part of the modelling club, you get a calendar, but my last one arrived in February, so that was highly annoying. So Fairy Rotodyne, obviously the Ferret Mark II, still my favourite armoured car. What's this? A Spit and B-17s. Oh, that must be the Great Western, wasn't it? Yeah, because we just looked at that in the magazine. Fairy Swordfish, maybe? No, it's a de Havilland Tiger Moth. Okay. That is a Fokker DR1. There you go. And a Bristol F2B Dogfight Doubles. Obviously the Sea King. Is that a Wellington? That is a Vickers Wellington. And oh, bloody staples have come out. Shag. Oh, that's their 30 kilowatt truck, 4x2 GS truck. Buccaneer. Another Spit, but this is a Supermarine Seafire version, so that's the naval version. And then we have the Aston Martin DB5. So that is everything. Right, hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully you'll join me in the next video. And I will see you later. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.